Hello, hello. Just checking to make sure that we are live. Okay, looks like we are live. Cool, cool. So I'm going to dive in. Have you guys set business targets, sales numbers? Yeah, have you set big goals for your company? And you want to know how you can actually get the output for those targets every week and blow past the goals and the targets you've set for your business. Now, I know a lot of roofers, contractors, and business owners that keep all the numbers in their head. And I'm going to tell you right now that don't work. It don't work. It only works if you have 10 items. Or actually, I think the human brain remembers up to 7 numbers in a row. So this only works if you can count things on your hands, okay? That's like 10 sales, okay? That's like 10 leads. That's like 10 customers. So this isn't going to work for your team and your business to keep these numbers in your head. And it's also not going to work to put out an insane, wild, undouble checked, unreferenced, unplanned number and just throw something out. It's about reverse engineering the targets weekly for your company and then tracking those targets and then making sure that the output that you have matches the input. If there's not enough output, you just can't expect to have the input. And if you don't have the quality, but you have the quantity, you just can't expect the best results. So you want to find the sweet spot between quality and quantity volume on the output end to achieve quality input, quality inbound. It's very simple and it's often overlooked. So, how many of you guys know what KPIs stands for? Key performance indicators. Great. Some of you guys might know this already. How many of you guys are actually tracking this in your software and your systems? Even an Excel sheet, even a spreadsheet. Who here has a spreadsheet? And who here has a system that you're actually tracking this in? All right, you guys, I just have to put it out there right now. You guys are head above the rest in the industry because you're actually looking at your numbers. You're actually looking at your outbound. You're actually looking at your inbound. So let's talk numbers. Let's say you want to get to $1 million months. I'm going to be very clear. For a remodeling or construction industry, that's about 8 sales a week, with one of those being a really large job. So, is that achievable for a concrete construction business between 3 to 4 months? Yes, actually, it is. Now, is that going to be possible in a coaching industry within 3 to 4 months? Completely different game, completely different volume. You got to understand your profit margins and your volume. So, profit margins is how much money you make after everything's said and done per job. Volume is how many sales it takes to make 10 grand, how many sales it takes to make 20 grand, how many sales it takes to make 30 grand, and then how many consistent sales it takes to keep a monthly revenue cycle in your business. Monthly revenue cycle, that's like 50K months, 20K months, 100K, 200K, 100,000, 300,000, right? 1 million. So understand your profit margins and the money you make per job, because that's going to determine your targets. It's going to determine your output. It's going to determine your inbound. So let's say, for example, that you have some tracking, but you don't have a solid system. You guys need to have at least 3 to 4 lead flows from which you can generate new contacts, new customers, new referrals. Simple as 3 different social media platforms where you're generating leads that literally could be what you're doing, and then in person, and then you have appointment setters or you have some outsourced work, so you have some advertising. And that'll get you up to 3 to 4 lead flows. Now, a lot of companies I talk to, they have 1.5 lead flows. Well, what's a half lead flow? It means they do it every once in a while or when they think about it. You're not going to achieve the same results as someone that does it every day consistently to the someone that only does it when they think about it. When you only do it when you think about it, you're not tracking it. You're not actually seeing where leads come in. You're not. It's not a business process yet. It is a fun thing that you do on the side, and any strategy that you do on the side in your company will generate side hustle results, not full time income. So think about each lead flow you have in your business as if it's a hustle, as if it's another business within your business, as if it's its own department. When you can think about your company in levels of department, you start to achieve better results. So, like, okay, I'm going to hire a social media manager. I'm going to hire a VA. He's going to do all of that. I'm going to hire a sales closer. I'm going to hire an appointment setter. I'm going to have them just focus on Facebook. I'm going to have them just focus on LinkedIn. I'm going to have them just focus on Instagram. I'm going to have someone that specializes in commercial projects and getting in with property managers. And they might spend all year in that department and they might generate for me 20 to 30, 50, 60 sales for the year, but in really big multi-acre jobs. And so I'm willing to put in that investment. I'm willing to put in that cash flow. I'm willing to put in that plan and strategy into that department and be willing to not see results within the first 30 days and build that department and work it until it works. Work it until it works. Work it until the referrals come in, until the sales come in, until the leads come in. That is mastery of the mental aspect of business. That's the operational mindset that you need to really, really hone in on your business. And it is all about how you think about things. When you come from a up here, like way up here, where you're looking down on your business, you're like, okay, we got this. Okay, it's doing that. We got this. It's doing that. You don't know what it's doing unless you're tracking. So number one, you want to have Excel sheet, a very simple Excel sheet. You're tracking your leads. You're tracking your outbound. You're tracking your inbound. You're tracking your most basic operations. And then number two is you want to be optimizing those. Number three, you want to split your lead flows into departments and look at it as a department rather than a simple lead flow in your business. Look at it as a department. Look at it as who's assigned to that lead flow, who's assigned to making those results in your company. Now, if you haven't done this already, if you're not doing this already, bare minimum weekly meetings with your team. It can be a voice note in a team chat. If you really are just working out, not you don't need 30 minutes every single week. You can do voice notes back and forth with your team, but you need to have weekly meetings and be like, look, here's where we're at. Here's what Johnny did. Here's what Tim did. Here's what Josiah did. And here's what a new sales rep did. Okay. And put in rewards, make it a little competitive, make it fun, and get feedback on what's working. All your sales reps, all your team members on the front lines, they're the ones that have all the information. They're the ones that are seeing what's working and what's not working. And then they're going to make adjustments according to what's working, what's not working. And you can plan as a team to increase your targets. So I don't think there's ever an unreasonable number, but I do, and I will say this. People put higher expectations on what they can achieve in their business in 1 year than they do in 10 years. What does that say about you? What does that tell you when I say that statement? Number one is people do not, and business owners do not understand pacing. You must understand pacing, and pacing is something you can consistently do every day. You hire people in, you can train them to do the systems, and you have this consistent outbound and inbound. That's pacing. Pacing is the number of reps you can do in an hour versus how many you can do one time once a month. You're going to overestimate what you can do in 1 day and underestimate what you can do in 1 week. It's just how the brain works. The brain thinks, oh my gosh, I can do this all in 1 day. And then, you actually might be able to achieve more in 1 week. So with that in mind, I want you to think about this hell yeah number in your mind that would absolutely change your business and your game and your teams. Think of that number. And then I want you to make it grow. Make it grow 2 to 3 times in your mind. Once you've hit that 2 to 3 time mark, lock it in, put it on paper. That is your target for each month. Now, you're going to reverse engineer that. You're going to break that down into weekly. So you got the monthly, you're going to break it into weekly. Then I want you to think about how many leads and what your outbound needs to be on a daily basis with your team to achieve those sales numbers. And then once you've done that, I want you to set a target for the year and break that down into the monthly targets, right? You already have the monthly, but put it into a year. And then from that, look at all those numbers. Look at all those numbers. And then think about your 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 year mark. Knowing what your daily targets are, what your weekly, what your monthly is going to give you a better insight onto your 5 to 10 year business plan. And how fast you can achieve that is really up to how much you can double down every day with your team and become really strategized. So the key here is tracking and consistency. Um, if you're not doing things often enough, loud enough, consistently enough every day, it's just not going to happen. Uh, no more half-assing, no more half in, no more half out. You're either all in or you're all out on a strategy in your business. Anything that's done half-ass in your business is going to get half-ass results. So if you want a strategy to work, you put your all into it. You put a department on it. You put a team member on it. And that's what's going to change the game is getting your team on this. So then you're not just the one that's responsible for all the payroll and everything. Your team is actually semi-responsible for bringing in those results along with you. And this creates more accountability. This creates more self-responsibility. And you can have a team that starts to lead itself because people start to understand that you're not just the boss, you're not just the commander, you're not just the person at the ship steering wheels. They actually have a part in how fast the ship sails, whether they could commission, and what the results are in the business every month. And with those weekly meetings, with those target settings, you're really going to go so much farther than if you don't set a target, you don't set those daily targets. So when it comes to strategy, obviously, some of you guys might be in coaching because I have friends in coaching and I have people in coaching on here. Some of you guys might be in concrete. Some of you guys might be in roofing. Some of you guys might be in healing. Some of you guys might be doing sales or a different type of service industry or some kind of done for you service. So you need to be thinking about social media. All of you guys can do social media to generate leads for your business and to attract customers and create communities. So think about ways that you can generate attraction and attention towards your service or product, whether that's daily lives, posts, reels across multiple platforms, bringing them into a community, offering lots of free value and amazing things for them, and creating a place for them to spend time, to learn, to grow, and to hang out and to develop themselves, and then eventually become a customer. You can do this for roofing. You can teach and educate your customers how to do their own roof inspections so that they know when they do a roof inspection for themselves what company they want to go with, what product they want to go with, and how much it's going to cost. Imagine educating your roofing customers on that. They're going to become your customer because you educated them, you showed them the back end, you showed them the transparency that no one else is going to show them. Therefore, they're going to be your go-to. They're going to go to you, they're going to talk to you, they're going to get the roof done for you. So it's all about creating that community. If you want that strategy, comment 10x lead gen or 10x lead or 10x. I'll put that in the DM for you. It's a link, and I'll show you how to build your own social media accounts, your groups, and all of that to start at least one of your lead flows. Then you set up your team. You assign tasks to your team, and you track performance and KPIs and how you're generating leads and how those are coming in. And just going to say that social media marketing and attraction marketing, that, my friend, is the tip, the very, very tip of the iceberg when it comes to generating sales for your company. There are so many incredible ways to generate leads for your company. Again, it's never a problem with leads and customers. It's always a problem with the business owner, the mindset, and the plan. So I hope this was helpful for you guys. If you have any questions, put in the comment box below. Put in the comment box the targets for your business for the next 12 months. And let's freaking go. Go slay. if you want to have more than just the social media plan and you want more than that, you'd like to set up a meeting with me and my team, we'd be more than happy to set you up with the resources, network connections, and services to help you grow in a variety of ways that will actually work for your place, your size, and your phase in business. Thank you guys so much, and I will catch you on the live next time. And if you're watching the replay, hashtag replay.